Here is the answer for number 1, 96 inches cubed. Number 2, 1,152 millimeters cubed. Number 3, 2,321.1 millimeters cubed. Left in terms of pi is in the green box. So again, when you take the test, just read the directions. And then here, I rounded 63.99 to 64. Square root of 64 is 8, so the radius is 8 inches. Actually, let me go back here to 3 and 4. I wasn't videoing this, so this is 3 and 4, and now here's 5. Now, if you divided it, you're going to get a repeating decimal. You could leave it improper. If you divided 40 by 3, you would have gotten 13.3 repeating, or 13 1/3 inches cubed. Here is number 6. Here's 6 and 7. Now, notice that this oblique looking shape, this is the height over here. So whenever it's slanted, they'll indicate the height on the outside, because remember, the height always needs to be represented as a right angle. So this would be your height. It's got to be like a perpendicular distance. Over here, again, you'd find the area of the base, which is a right triangle, and then multiply it by the height of the prism. So that's 6 inches cubed. Number 8. It's a hexagonal pyramid. So here, pulled the hexagon out of the bottom, and then had to do the formula for area of the base as the 1/2 apothem times number of sides times side length. Remember, you would find the central angle and then turn it into a special right triangle. So left in simplest radical form would be 1,224 radical 3 feet cubed. Then number 12. Here's 12 and 13. Okay, so this time they're asking us to find the height on number 12. So again, remember your volume formula is 1/3 base times height, area of the base. So we're working backwards and then get 6 for the height. For the cone, this time they're asking us to find the radius. So remember, the volume formula is 1/3 pi r squared height. So plug in everything you know and then work backwards. And this one's also 6, but it's inches instead of centimeters. Pretty good? Okay. Is it here? No, it was on the top. And then now the homework. Next page. Here's 15. Notice this time they asked us to round to 2 decimal places. So here, we needed to turn it into a right triangle. It's a 30, 60, 90, because notice they gave us that this angle over here was 60 degrees. We needed to find the height, which was the a square root 3, or if you wanted to label as x. And then from there, once you found that, you can plug it into the formula. So if you didn't round it, it would be 22 over root 3, but then you could have rationalized. And then number 20. Let me just zoom in here. So this is like a complex figure. You had to find the volume of the cylinder and the volume of the cone. So the volume of the cone is going to be 9 pi, but the volume of the cylinder is going to be 63 pi, and then add them together and you get 72 pi. Notice the instruction said to round to 2 decimal places. So if on the test it says to leave in terms of pi, that's your answer. If it says round, that would be your answer.
Miss Corey?
Yes.
Can you go back to 15?
Yes. The next page.
How did you get the 12.70?
12.70. Okay, so what we did was we pulled this triangle out. So I'm making a triangle here. And you were given the height, and we were given that this was 60 degrees. So this is really supposed, the 22 is supposed to be whatever x is with root 3. I know over here it's got an a, and then across from the 30 is x, and this is 2x. In here, the variable is a, but it doesn't matter. So what we got was we took x square root 3 equals 22, divide by root 3, and then x equals 22 over the square root of 3. And then when you do this on your calculator and do 22 divided by the square root 3, you get 1270.
Okay, thank you.
Go down here again to now number 22. 22, these are 2 cones. So you'll find the cone, the volume of the top cone and the volume of the bottom cone. And then you'll add them together. So 2/3 plus 1/12, we need to find a common denominator. Common denominator is 12. So then once you find the common denominator, add them and you get 9/12, which simplifies to 3/4. So left in terms of pi, it would be 3/4 pi. But if you multiply 3/4 times the pi button, you get 2.36 feet cubed. And then 23, the last one. These are 2 pyramids that are put back to back. So you're going to find the volume of this top pyramid and then the volume of the bottom pyramid. And then add them together. Notice that they're both really the same. So once you find one, just double it and you get 16.698, which rounds to 16.70. Any questions on the homework? Anybody need me to go back to any questions? Okay, so your homework over the weekend is that chapter review. Yesterday I showed you, I think, or I don't know if I showed it to you yesterday or Wednesday. On Wednesday, the first page of the review is for you to fill in the formulas. So again, it's open notes, so you can have a formula sheet for the test on Wednesday, and you can also use your calculator. So my advice to you is start getting your formula sheet ready. Have all your questions ready for me on Monday. And then on Wednesday, when I see you then on the Zoom call, we'll take the test. I will give you more details about the test on Monday, about how many questions are on it, and really what to focus on. Any questions? Okay, so we have 1 minute, but I think we're good. So let me stop sharing my iPad.